From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast with Scott Sander.
Welcome to the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast. I'm Scott Sander. On this episode, the Percussive Arts Society International Convention wrapped up its 2024 event last month. It is unusual for a convention because it's open to the public as well as people in the industry. The group welcomed thousands of musicians, educators, students, music enthusiasts from around the world to gather for an experience truly like none other.
Looking for ways to save on your energy bills? AES Indiana has you covered. From smart thermostats to home energy assessments, we offer simple solutions to keep your home comfortable and your costs down. AES can help you save money and energy with kits, tips, rebates, and more. Visit aesindiana.com/ways to save to learn more about how we can help you save money. AES Indiana, helping you discover real ways to save.
Every business is unique and has a target audience. If you own or manage a business, Circulus Digital Media can help you connect and grow your customer base with turnkey digital solutions that are nimble, offering best-in-class results, service, and support to reach a bigger customer base, allowing you to pinpoint a specific audience down to the smallest details. Get outside the city, the state, span the globe. Put Circulus Digital Media to work for you. Get started now at circulusdigital.com. That's circulusdigital.com.
My name is Joshua Simons. I'm the Executive Director of the Percussive Arts Society, and we are in our administrative offices just off of Mass Avenue we like to call it the Reggie Miller Building. PASIC is the name of our conference. It's the Percussive Arts Society's International Conference. It was the organization's 49th convention, and it was an unbelievable event. We hit all types of records. More than 6,300 people came through. Everyone from students, professionals, hobbyists came through for 4 days, and we were just really thrilled with everything about it. The sessions, the concerts, the late night hangs, you name it. It was a good feeling all around. We've actually been here now since 2016. We had been here before that a few years, but it would go every 2 years, and then we would then go somewhere else, and 2 years on, 1 year off. And then 2016, we kind of worked with the city and said, you know what, we need to make this our permanent home. So we have been here since 2016, and we currently have a contract to stay through at least 2028, and who knows, maybe even longer. PAS is essentially the professional association for drummers and percussionists worldwide, and we're headquartered here in Indianapolis. The city of Indianapolis helped us move here in 2009, and part of that was home base here, and then eventually have our convention here all the time. So the convention is just one of the things that we do. It's the biggest thing we do. It's our big convention, but it's just one of the things that we do here. And it is so important because everyone needs something a little bit different at our convention. Some people just come to enjoy. It's a music festival in some ways. Some are coming to actually look for instruments and gear to try out so many different things all in one place. You can't walk into a music store these days and find hundreds of different brands all in one place. So it's an opportunity to also try music out. It's an opportunity to network because it's an opportunity for them to say, okay, these are my people, this is what we do, and everyone needs those few moments before they go back on the road, back into the classroom. And so it is a real kind of community feeling. When we talk about percussion, we use drums and percussion. We don't have to, we could just say percussion, but a lot of people just know drums. So we say drums and percussion because, exactly, so if you're in an orchestra, there's the percussion section. Yes, they're playing drums and mallets. So there's symphonic, marching, as you mentioned, the marching band. There's world music. All sorts of world percussion. Some of it is in the band, some of it are all on their own, entire steel drum orchestra. Obviously drum set, spans every type of, anyone who's gone to see a concert, whether it's jazz, rock, country, pop, you name it, drum set. And then, electronic drums and electronic music these days is so big. And then each part, am I looking for drumsticks? Am I looking for drum heads? Am I looking for actual drums? Am I looking for cymbals? Auxiliary instruments. it is giant. It is the largest section, or the largest, a grouping of instruments of anything else. If you go to a trumpet convention, which there are, it's going to be trumpets, or it's going to be clarinets. There are a number of different clarinets. But we are diverse in nature just by the type of instruments, who plays, the type of music. So we are a diverse group of people because of the diversity of the instruments in which we play. Just so people are aware, we have I think this year we had 35 countries represented here in Indianapolis. And we have members from many more countries than that. And each place has their own type of music, but it also spans. They're playing rock in Japan. They're trying steel drums in Germany, right? So it's not just, our Taiwanese friends aren't just playing music that is from their culture. They're also playing percussion ensemble music that would be more Western, right? So all percussion and drums, and no matter what, is being played all around the world. The same way that you might go to a U.S. college and have a gamelan ensemble or a Brazilian ensemble. Everyone is trying all around the world, and we are that convening. It's like, hey, let's all now get together and share expertise in who's teaching and who the main players are out there. So music, I think music, we all know when there's opportunities to bring people together, music is that unifier, right? It's also that common language. You don't have to speak the same language to go in and play music with one another. You can just sit down. To go into that room and just sit, no talking, and you just pick up the drum, that's real community. And that's something we get to experience here each year. Yeah. I have a path like I think a lot of people might relate to. The band room was my savior in high school. That's where my friends were. It was my safe space. Decided I wanted to go to college and study music. So I did. I went to Long Beach State in California, where I had a great opportunity to study. It was very diverse there. That's where we talked about diversity of instruments. I was fortunate to be able to study mallets and study with the principal of the LA Phil, but also have steel drums and West African drumming and Brazilian drumming, and have this really amazing experience. I was a good percussionist, but I wasn't a great. When you're in the house of the principal of the LA Phil, you say, like, I'm not going to take your job. And I think that reality sets in. Like, I could do the journey of play in this community orchestra, play in that, have students do that whole thing. I didn't know that wasn't necessarily for me, and I knew that at an early age. So I got my first passion for the business working in the orchestral world. And they introduced me to this wonderful woman, Lisa Bury, who was the director of development. And she took me around. She said, "Do you have any questions?" And I said, "Just one." She's like, "Yeah, what's that?" I said, "What's development?" No idea, right? And I learned so much. I learned so much from her, and it was that path. And I got some of my favorite parts of that job was I got to each month go and pick up the conductor from the airport and spend that like 45 minutes. And her name was Joanne Falletta, and I had that opportunity. I remember she said, "Hey, we need people like you who understand the art, but also understand the business." And that was a real game changer for me. And so I went and got my master's degree in nonprofit arts management, which is like an MBA, but we focused specifically on the nonprofit arts sector. And then spent 15 years working in orchestra management. And as life has it, a job opens up that is about drums and percussion and the nonprofit art side of things. And here I am now, almost 10 years into the job, this little kid from some suburb of Los Angeles who used to listen to all these amazing drummers online or play their music, and now they're calling me or texting me or emailing me, and I sometimes pinch myself like, how did I get to be a colleague of these giants in our field? So I'm really lucky.
Our thanks again to all the contributors who joined us for this episode of the Business Equity and Opportunities Podcast. We hope you found it enlightening, useful, and inspiring. You'll find more information about the show on our website, BEOshow.com. You can watch Business Equity and Opportunities Sunday mornings at 10 on Wish TV or live stream it through wishtv.com. Each week we provide 7 full segments with topics ranging from how to get started and how to access capital to the day-to-day running of your business and questions about accounting and bookkeeping. We feature business news and trends and always share a success story from one of our contributors. Join us next time for more insights into the world of small business. Be sure to sign up for our Business Equity and Opportunities newsletter to get even more valuable, up-to-date information. And if you have any questions or you'd like to be part of our show, please email us. The address is beo@wishtv.com. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Scott Sander. Thanks for listening.
Watch the Business Equity and Opportunity Show on Wish TV and access all of our content and share it on demand anytime at BEOshow.com. You can find more podcasts from Wish TV on the All Indiana Podcast Network at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.